A chord is a series of thirds. The easiest chords are composed of 3 notes, a fundamental, a third, and a fifth. For example, here's the major chord with a major third and fifth, written with a capital M. If we consider C as a fundamental, we have a C major. And if we consider G as a fundamental, we have G major. And here is the minor chord with a minor third and a fifth, written with a small m. Everywhere on the keyboard we have the same patterns, a small triangle, major towards the inside, and minor towards the outside. These are easy chords we use all the time. If we take 2 major thirds, we get the augmented chord. And with 2 minor thirds, we get the diminished chord. These chords are less common, and we feel a particular tension when we listen to them. To sum up, here are the 4 chords composed of 3 sounds, also called triads, here played with the right hand. Major, minor, diminished, and augmented. If we add the third, we get chords composed of 4 sounds, we call tetrades. Major 7th chord with major third and 7th, minor 7th chord with minor third and 7th. These chords are much used, and in particular in jazz music. They both have a major and minor color. Here's the 7th chord, also called dominant chord. This is a chord we can find everywhere. For example, it's the basic chord to play blues. It's major but also contains the diminished chord, which is making it a little unstable. Then we have the half diminished chord, minor major 7th chord, augmented 7th chord, and the diminished chord with 3 minor thirds, the one we find in the toccata from Bach, for example. These tetrades are going to help us build the scales. Major 7th, minor 7th, dominant, half diminished, minor major 7th, augmented and diminished 7th. Of course, there are lots of other chords, more or less used depending on the styles, but they are all derivatives of triads and tetrades we just seen. Lots of music pieces are based on the sequence of chords, and songs in particular. If you want to play the chords of a famous song, all you have to do is type the name of the song and chords. I'm choosing a random link, and here we have the lyrics and the chords above. The first one is a B with a small m, so B minor. We put the index on the B and play the minor chord. Then we have an E7, the dominant chord. E is here, thus the chord looks like this. Then we have a G with no additional sign, meaning that it's major chord. Then F sharp M7, meaning F sharp minor 7. This is how it's played. You can also play the bass with the synth. And let's go on. It's not easy at the beginning, do not hesitate to practice on a sole chord. And when you get used to it, you will be able to vary the rhythm, play as you feel. I let you continue the song, there are other following parts. You can also sing at the same time if you feel comfortable, but first practice to play the chords with ease. In any case, you probably have friends who like to sing. On the internet you can find thousands of songs with chords, but they are rarely written above the right syllable, and there can be mistakes. Make your way, and if you find a chord sounding greater in some places, you're probably right. The chord notation may differ depending on the authors. You can find in the Do-Not PDF the most common notations. Thank you for following this tutorial, and now play on.